Shop Talk Hip Hop 101. Hip Hop 101. Let's go. Now, do you want to put it 1 through 10? Do you want to put it just random? My top 5 interchangeable. After that, I'm kind of like reaching a little bit.
My boy. Yo, what up? It's Peanut Butter. What's good?
Shop Talk, DJ King James NYC. You know what it is.
Andrew, better known as DJ 3B, or never known as DJ 3B.
Grubz.
Go by Mr. Adams. It's Hawk.
Mr. Steele.
Yes, sir. Papito, you already know.
What's going on? It's B-Ski.
Before we start, I just want to say, my brother wanted me to give a shout out, Sean Price, rest in peace. So, rest in peace, Sean Price. You know what I mean?
And with that being said, since you mentioned Sean Price, I guess I'll start. Sean Price is the dopest MC ever, period. I don't care about songs, anything, just the dopest lyricist you'll ever see in your life. That's my number one.
One of my favorite things about Sean Price is something that I feel is missing from a lot of hip-hop is he wasn't afraid to be funny and not take himself so seriously. He would have a lyric like, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, but Wu Clan Click ain't nothing to Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? Like, who would be that self-deprecating and shouldn't rhyme?
Let's start with your top 10. We going to Peanut Butter.
Alright, so as you already know, I just said Sean Price, then I go Biggie. Biggie is the most classical artist. Time deferred is how I go. And if you can't spit live, I don't want to hear nothing about you. So I got Price, Biggie, I got Nas. I got to throw Jay-Z in just because he's kind of timeless too. He's not my favorite by any means. Believe it or not, Cool G Rap. I'm going to throw Groups in because I grew up on the Groups. I'm 34, 81 I was born. Groups were the highlight. So you got Wu, Duck Down, Gangstar. Those are in there. My other favorite rapper.
I think he's gonna go over 10.
I got like 30, but I cut it. I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah, cut it short.
Scarface.
Top 10 team.
Scarface. That's who I roll with.
Scarface.
That's my lane.
I said somebody was gonna say that, right? Yeah. We going to the man, the legend right here. It's gonna be
Top 10, number 1 always was for me, Big Daddy Kane. That's number 1. Then of course you gotta give it to Rakim, Nas, Big, Jay-Z, Sean Price. A couple dudes that people ain't too familiar with, but are dope, like Torre, my man Sky Zoo, Jizza, Guru, and Fab. That's it for me.
He got me on that. All right, I'm going with I got all the bigs in there. I always tell people this. I got Big L, Biggie, and Big Pun. Those are the bigs. All right, then I go Nas, J, M, Busta.
Yes.
I put my next 3, Most Def.
Yeah.
Who's just a lyrical monster. Kendrick Lamar. You see him? Yeah, I see the. And my last one is Fab, like my man King James said. We on the same page with that one. My top 10 is pretty strong, y'all. See up at
He's too wet behind the ears,
man.
He's too wet behind the ears, man. It's too early. It's too early.
His albums are already on the classic section.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, what's up, fellas? All right, I'm gonna have to go 11. I got 10 Cube because he was the backbone of Ends with Attitude. I mean, I don't know if he ghost wrote for everybody, but I think he was. I think his joints
I
were
learned that
the
from
best.
the movie.
I think his joints were dope. Number 9, believe it or not, Eminem. Number 8, Melly Mel. Now I'm saying stuff like. Now I'm saying my list is going to comprise of people that touched me in the time when I was coming up, and my list is going to comprise of people that I understood when they rap. I listened to them, and whatever they said, I can understand. You know what I mean? I didn't have to go and try to find a lyrical sheet to say, what the hell did he say?
Right.
You know? So I'm talking, my list comprised of people that actually emceed and you could listen to them and feel them. So Melly Mel, I hate to say this because now I just took whatever I just said about being old out of the equation. Lil Wayne is on number 7.
I gotta go.
Listen, if you hear me out.
I concur.
Lil Wayne, if you listen, take all the cursing. the metaphors, the lyrical wordplay.
Entertainment,
that he had.
yeah.
It's,
Wayne was
He-
better
he-
in 99, 2000.
But can I say something? Can
But
I
he
say
switched
something?
up and changed up
Can
the
I
whole
say something in rebuttal to Lil Wayne?
Uh-huh.
It's all cool and everything, but what you're really listening to is Mad Skills. Because Mad Skills,
Okay.
Ghost wrote almost everything for Lil Wayne. But we're going to talk about that later.
That's, now, I didn't know that. See, that's deep. That's deep. I didn't know that. Jay-Z, because like what Peanut Butter said, you know, he's just timeless, and I mean everybody else loves him, and he's one of the best sellers. LL Cool J.
Agreed.
Number 4, Rakim. Number 3, Grandmaster Caz. All right. Now, if you're all familiar with Rapper's Delight, then you're all familiar with Grandmaster Caz because he's the man that he was Big Bad King. Number 2, Nas, and number 1, the one guy that I understood that from the first note of whatever he came out with, I was like, wow, who is this guy? And he's fat to begin with. Made me look up to him because I was big. Biggie. He's just timeless.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go
My
ahead.
number 11, Big Daddy Kane. I don't know where he fits in there
Okay.
in my top 10, but he definitely deserves to be on the top 10.
I got pretty much what everybody else pretty much said. Biggie, Pop, Jay, Nas, Eminem. I got to throw Fab in there. Kiss, Wayne, because he changed the whole culture. The way the hip hop is, he changed everything. These skateboarders, these tight jeans. I'm not saying it's good.
I'm not saying it's
I'm
good.
not saying it's good.
Are you leaving again?
I'm not saying it's good.
For better or for worse, he changed.
Exactly. He changed it.
Back to
And
there.
as an entertainer,
Yeah.
he did his job. Pun, big pun.
Agreed.
LL, and yeah, and just cause he my man Max, I gotta throw up that wave. You know what I mean? Max B. You know what I mean? Hold jab, bro.
So I'm gonna start off. You know, everybody has the greats from throwbacks or whatever you want to call it. But I think honestly it takes more for me to classify it because you can be an artist, and that has a message, and you also could be an entertainer, and being an artist isn't just about telling a message. It's also too you got to think about the big aspects of things like can they make records?
Right.
Can they influence the people?
That's kind of the umbrella under which we
Yeah.
see overall
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Stage
that's what I'm
everything. Yeah.
So, because obviously we're all gonna have common interests when it comes to the Nas, the big.
Right,
That's
right,
just
right.
timeless. But honestly, to switch it, the artists that stand out from not just relevant now, I say Andre 3000. We're out. That's what I'm talking. And that's just
Yeah.
because when you listen to when he was at the whole Outkast movement too, they had a different sound. They had a different sound. Artists to me who bring a different sound to the culture, that really stands out. Not only do they relay a message, whatever it might be, but the ability for them to make records. Like and to piggyback off of what you were saying too, with Kendrick Lamar, he has a message, but he knows how to make records as well. For sure. And it's a different sound. It's a different sound that stands out. So that's why he goes on one of my tops.
I dig it.
And even though this one's a 50-50, but you have to understand, I say Drake too as well because he brought a different sound because before him, nobody was rapping and singing at the same time.
Max.
It's
Drake ain't
true
hip-hop.
too, yeah,
Max.
true as well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, true, but he made it more acceptable, to get more lyrical with it.
That's
things
the
like that.
problem. There's a lot of everybody.
Yeah, so basically to wrap it up, I say artists who stand out to me who can not only make records and be influential too, but bring a different sound because the game is changing. It's always revolving and going on to the next stage. So artists that can adapt to that and move forward, I think those are the ones that stand out to me.
He's setting up to say Future.
Man.
He's setting it up.
I mean, he has his own sound.
I gotta say though, Future did make trap music much more accessible and much more broad.
So you gotta throw 2 Chainz in there too?
I never said I like Future. I never said I like Future.
I'm not too fond of your Max B pick, so.
Speaking on what you said, a lot of my top 10 are people that influence me. Also, Raul said you want a young perspective, so threw some younger artists in there. So number 10 is kind of like a tie between, but I'm just gonna stick to one, A$AP Ferg. Because what Ferg did for me was he took a trap sound and brought that New York grit, the flow, the actual talent involved. and put it over trap beats, and just for one album, he's really messing it up out there, something fierce. Number 9, Biggie. Biggie, I mean, you guys already said all that. So, number 8, it's also tied. Big Pun / Ghostface. It was hard. It was hard picking. It was hard picking it because I was saying that out of all that like hardcore rap back then, you know, it's hard picking one, but probably Big Pun. Because I mean, he has the records to prove it. Number 7, Andre 3000. When they came out, it was a lot of New York and Cali rap. So I feel like Andre, with the whole Atlanta scene, I thought that was great. Number 6, Fonte.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hallelujah. That's the word of God.
Fonte's Fonte, man. I mean, Lil Brother, Foreign Exchange, and his self-titled is probably my favorite out of all that.
Yes, sir.
Number 5, this one, not a lot of people know this, but Killer Mike, Run the Jewels.
Killer Mike, Run the Jewels. I just heard that on the way in. I was like, what is that?
Political, violent, aggressive, aware. I mean, he's taking it to he's like Lil Wayne, only good. Only talented. he's actually.
I would say he's more like a new Cube. I think.
Exactly. And
He's political. That there's the fierceness in his delivery. Even the voices I think are similar to like.
All right, number 4, Eminem. Number 3, Nas. Number 2, Kanye West.
Wow.
Because I feel almost out of any rapper, Kanye's catalog is so diverse and so consistently great being diverse. There's very few that can match up to that.
So you feel that Kanye's last one with Black Skinhead, like that album, you thought that was a good album?
I said consistently good for being diverse. I
I
don't think one rapper has pushed rap forward as singular as Kanye has since he's come out. If you look at College Dropout and Yeezus and then everything in between, you're like...
one of my favorite albums. I grew up on grunge, soul, and hip-hop. Those are my 3 lanes. So when you get weird with it, it takes me a second to catch up because I'm not expecting it, but I don't consider his new stuff good.
What's lacking? That's what's lacking with New York artists. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel that in order to make money, they have to do what's out today, and then they compromise their actual authenticity because of it.
You're right. But number 1, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Because I also said to Ul earlier, for me, he's the Nas of my generation. He's the guy that's challenging people in their listening habits, in their living habits, and everything, even just making music.
I have to say, all right, for my top 10 list which is the more cliche list, you know, you'll hear that a lot of the artists I have on it, a lot of you mentioned. It's in no particular order. Big Daddy Kane, Big L, Eminem, Busta Rhymes, Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, Kanye, Pun, and Common.
Nice.
All right. Now that's my cliche 10, but my underrated 10, which are just as important, if not more important than these cats that I just mentioned, are Pharoah Monch. Woo! All right. Am I preaching?
Preach.
Talib Kweli. Fonte. Rakim. Redman.
Yeah.
Mos Def. Cassidy. And I threw Cassidy in there just for the pure lyrical bars.
Yeah.
Bars. You heard? Joel Ortiz.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Jada.
The yow.
Jada. and Black Thought.
Yeah.
So those underrated top 10 are to me just as important as the cliche top 10, if not more. So, I mean, truthfully, that's my real top 10. But
Yeah, I'm more or less like everybody else, you know. Harlem all day, you already know. You know, but I had to go with, you know, Big, Nas, Jay-Z. I went with Raekwon.
There you go.
You know, the chef. You can't forget about the chef. I went with Sheik Louch. You know, I took Jada also. You know, I took Fab. Also, and then I had to go a little old school, of course. Rakim, of course. I had to go with Curtis Blow. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You know what I mean? I had to go. And then what's so crazy is that we got to meet him here.
Right. He actually came to the barbershop.
He actually came to the barbershop.
Curtis Blow
So
came to the barbershop.
that was amazing
Yes.
for us. For real. Like, you don't even know. Like, that made my day. And then you gotta actually be at a concert to know these people. And this man, like, in my lifetime as a kid, made an impact. Especially when that man came out, was like, run!
Okay.
And then he comes in, the whole energy was so bananas, my dude. And I've witnessed that, you know what I mean, in my lifetime. So I had to go with Run, you know what I mean. That's my one all-time favorite. I don't care. My bucket list. One day I will meet him.
Nice. So when I was coming up with my list, I said, obviously we got these understood, agreed upon, everybody knows Big, Pac, Rakim, like the names that everybody's gonna say. So I was like, let's not bother even putting them on the list. You know what I mean? But they're super musically minded. And I think that's what usually grabs me first. The music and the flow hits me first before I sit down and start dissecting lyrics and stuff like that. And that's one of the things that I think is missing from a lot of hip hop is, and even a lot of New York cats mostly, is that they can just kind of interchangeably rap over anybody's stuff, and they don't necessarily have a sound of their own. So these cats I thought all had a sound of their own. I got Ice Cube, I got Mos Def, Busta Rhymes. And by the way, I want to say I'm so happy to see so many cats picking Busta in their top, because that dude was so talented and creative and musical with his flows, and to this day will body anybody that's on stage with him. Busta Rhymes. Slick Rick. I struggled with this one, whether or not he was going to make the list or not. Kendrick. And I said, and I agreed with you. I was like, well, is it too soon to have a cat like Kendrick on? He's only got 2 records, right? He's only got 2 albums. But I feel like a lot of the cats that we have, the understood, agreed upon tops, didn't have more than 2 classic albums. Biggie. Pac, how many classic albums did Big Daddy Kane have? You know what I mean?
What's going on? It's your man Faxx. Goodnight ENT's in the shop. Talk Hip Hop 101. We got a lot of good things on there. Look for future episodes coming soon.